Hello, hello. Welcome to the Susie B channel. My goodness. Kuya, my BFF. Hi, E. Thanks for coming in, guys. Happy Saturday. It is midnight here, 12:16 a.m. in the morning. Good to see you, E. Hopefully you're having a great weekend. Hopefully you're not working too hard. And good to see you too, Kuya. And let's see, let's put some music on here. Good to see you guys. Hello, Rashid. How are you? Good to see you. I am making coffee right now. It is awesome. Thanks for the like. Everything's good. Thank you. And happy late Thanksgiving to you too. Thank you very much. Good to see you. How's everything over in Amsterdam? So that's cool. Good to see you guys. It was a good Thanksgiving here at the village, and today I believe is my last night here. So after tonight, I am going to be going back to the city. I got lots to do. I got some painting to do. We got plans for next year when we come back. So it's gonna be fun. Hopefully you guys can hear me. And looks like my coffee is ready. Ooh, come on, get your coffee. Come on, let's go get some coffee. So yes, I'm gonna be busy today. I know I probably shouldn't be live right now, but oh well, things happen. I wanted to go live just for a little bit and say hello to everybody, and hopefully everybody had a great Thanksgiving. And some of you may not celebrate Thanksgiving, but you know, for us, we've always celebrated since I was a little girl. And we've always had, you know, the family thing, and then with the turkey, and of course the stuffing, the mashed potatoes, the gravy, the cranberries, and of course you can't have a big dinner like that without a pumpkin pie. So usually it's pumpkin pie, it's sweet potato pie, and and of course some rolls, right? You gotta have some rolls, because what else are you gonna dip your gravy with? Is some nice rolls. Let's see, what else do I have to put into my coffee? I put some whipped creams. God, I still don't have a grater. I wish I had a grater so I can grate some of these chocolate, whatever bonbon things that these are. Even these peanut butter cups, I could grate that on top. I don't have a freaking grater. Anybody know how to make a makeshift grater? Let me just check and make sure I don't have one. Let's see. I mean, I could pulverize some chocolate. I do have a mortar and pestle. Let's see. Do we have any? What kind of chocolates do we have? Those are peanut butter cups I haven't opened yet. I have some of these. These are like champagne mousse. Oh, I got some marshmallow trees. I guess I'm gonna put one of those in here. Yeah, I'll put one of those in here. All right. Oh, okay. We got some caramel, I think, in here somewhere. Some chocolate. Where's my caramel? Oh gosh. I have to put my caramel in the fridge, because if I don't, the ants will smell it. They will call their whole family, and they will all come out to take a couple of licks from my caramel butter. So let's see if I try to warm it up as best as I can with my hands. If I just sit it on top of the coffee maker, I should have done that. Should have thought ahead of time. Okay, those are chocolate marshmallows. Those are chocolate trees. They're a mint marshmallow dipped in chocolate, shaped like a tree. I thought those were those bonbon things. things? Where did I put those bonbon things? Okay, for now we're just gonna stick with the chocolate tree. Let's try to squeeze out some caramel. We're making diabetes coffee. I haven't had one of these in I don't know how many days. Probably a couple of days. Come on. Do a little better at melting. Okay. Hang on a second, guys. Hang on a second. I'm coming. I'm just putting some caramel on my top of my whipped creams. I threw a chocolate tree in there. It's starting to sink now. Totally sank. That's so good. You hear us? You hear me loud and clear? I don't know why I keep saying us. I have a mouse in my pocket. I have a mouse in my pocket. So cheers. Here's some coffee. Coffee right here. So this chocolate piece right here, that's a chocolate, mint chocolate dipped tree. some caramel in there for ya. That's some good stuff. That's some good stuff. You hear me loud and clear? Thank you, Rashad. So, what did I do earlier? I was at the fire for a little bit, and there was a family out there. They were roasting hot dogs on the fire. It was awesome. It was really nice. It was all sweet and dandy till they whipped out one of those little packets. You know those packets they throw in the fire? God, my eye's still burning. You throw it in the fire and it makes the flames go all blue and purple and green and orange and red. And well, anyways, this family had one of those, and the kids, oh, I want to sprinkle it on, and I'm like, oh, you're supposed to just throw the pack in the fire, just the whole thing. And the mother goes, well, he likes to sprinkle it on top. So I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. So they're sitting like right across from me. I'm sitting on this side of the fire. So kind of think it in a way of a compass, north-south. They're sitting at north. I'm sitting at south. There's a person sitting right next to me, and then there's someone sitting in the east side. And then, anyways, the father breaks open the packet with his teeth, opens the packet for the kid, and so I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay, how's this kid? What's gonna happen? I'm like, it says on the packet, do not open it. It says on the packet. Anyways, the kid goes high onto the flame, and he like lets the dust fall down into the fire. Well, as the fire is creating heat, it's pushing this like air up, right? So the little powder from the packet is falling into the fire, and it's pushing the particles of that powdery dust like all over me. Like it settled all over me. I'm like, what the heck? And I got up right away, and I like backed up, and I was like, what the heck? I had all this silvery crap all over my jacket. I'm pretty sure it's still in my hair, but it like got in my eyes, and it freaking all over my face. And I was like, what the heck? And I was like dusting it all off of my jacket. And I'm like, this is not good. My eyes started burning. And I'm just like, God dang it. So I came back to the trailer, and I rinsed my face, and I had to rinse out my eye like 4 times. It's still kind of stinging here in the corner. That stuff is not fun. Do not get that stuff. Don't do that stuff when people are around. They even told the kid, you did this earlier, but there was nobody around. So kid didn't listen, of course. And if you're a parent, please mind your kids better. God, just... that was poor decisions on that parent's part. I mean, I don't like to tell your kid what to do, but next time, don't make me do it. Don't make me tell your kid that that's a stupid decision, because that's exactly how I'm going to say it. I don't have kids, so I don't have that soft way of saying it. So I'm sorry, but that was stupid. God, that was so stupid. I don't know why they let that kid do that. Anyways, that happened, and then of course, it was fine. And then I came home and like I probably got that stuff all over my shirt still. I smell like uh, you know how copper smells when it's wet. You get that smell. Like it totally has all that smell. Like if I just rub my hair, I can faintly smell it. But I like kind of shaked everything off, and I think I got most of the dust off of me. But that was a nightmare. God, my eyes just barely stopped burning from all of that. What a freaking nightmare! What a dang nightmare that was. My gosh. Oh. Uh. So, anyways, then another group of kids came along, and they were like playing with the radio, ringing the freaking bell, and I'm like, you know what? I'm out of here. I just there's no peace. There's no peace at the fire tonight. It's kind of the same last night. People bring their kids. I mean, they were there real late, and just the kids scream, and I just didn't have a good time. And I was just like, oh, I'm going home. I'm going home. It was like pretty much like my my last night. Well, let me see. Tomorrow will be my last night. Sorry, tonight will be my last night here. So maybe I could sneak in one more fire night, hopefully in peace, without freaking a bunch of kids doing stupid things and their parents sitting there watching them do it. Anyways, hopefully everybody had a great Thanksgiving. We had a really big Thanksgiving dinner here. We had turkey. So there was two turkeys that were, I believe they were deep fried. One turkey that was roasted in the oven, and one turkey was smoked, I believe. I believe it was smoked. Think so. Anyways, the turkey was delicious. The first thing that I went in for was the wing. I grabbed a wing. It was like beautifully golden, well, tanned. Like it was like almost red. It was like red, and it was crispy. I grabbed a wing. I grabbed some mashed potatoes, threw some gravy on that. I got a little bit of stuffing and a couple of spoonfuls of cranberries. And there was this like salad that had marshmallows in it with whipped cream, and I think it had some kind of fruit, probably fruit cocktail. And I got like a spoonful of that, threw that on the plate. There was a bunch of pie, and there was a bunch of like chocolate things, and there was a ton of sweets. I didn't grab any of that stuff. I just wasn't feeling the sweets, the desserts. So I just grabbed a little bit of that whipped cream, fruit with whipped cream, but I think it was pretty much fruit cocktail in a can with whipped cream. And that's a pretty good salad. It's like a fruit salad. Mm. And that's pretty much all I. Oh, and I got a like a bread roll, and I was kicking myself in the rear because I should have like took a little small plate home because I really didn't eat that much. Everybody tends to overeat on Thanksgiving, and then everybody's just like sitting in their chair. They're like all like this. Oh, my stomach. Oh, and they're like all miserable and making this face, and they're all like, oh. And I totally didn't want to do that. Hey, it's Mother effing Kane. How you doing? Hello, freckle face artist. How you doing? Welcome in. So you've done it. I'm sure you've done it, and everybody around you has done it. They like pile their plates. I mean, I even got like seconds, but it was just I went and got like there was like a bunch of like they had cut the turkey, the dark meat, and they'd cut like a piece of skin. I grabbed that, and I grabbed a little more mashed potatoes, put a little bit gravy on there. It's just like a spoon, like a dollop of mashed potatoes, and just a drizzle of gravy. And I was feeling pretty satisfied, not full. And I walked away from all the food, and I should have made myself a plate because, like, 2 hours later, I was hungry again. I was like, gosh darn it. And then I didn't have anything to eat. So I had to I made white rice. I just sat there and ate like leftover chicken with white rice. And I was like, so stupid. There was a lot of food left over too. I could have made like a little plate. The mashed potatoes were wiped out though. There was 2 crock pots of mashed potatoes and they were totally wiped out. And I know there was some stuffing. There was still stuffing left, and there was still a lot of gravy left. All that sweets, all that pie, and all that stuff. I really didn't care about that. But and I know there was plenty of turkey left, but you know they put it all up pretty quickly. I mean, I had plenty of time to make a plate. I didn't think of it, and so I was just like, "Gosh darn it, should have made a plate." So that was pretty much our Thanksgiving here, and it was nice. It was really nice. I got to put my ring on. So that was nice. Hopefully, you guys' Thanksgivings were really good. Like I said, I don't know if all you guys celebrate that, but we've been doing that since I was a kid, and it's kind of a tradition for us now. We did pitch in, and we bought my mother a Thanksgiving dinner, and all they had to do is just go pick it up. So we ordered it from Safeway, and we paid for it. My sister and I went in halfers, and we paid for it. It was called a Turkey Deluxe dinner, and what came with it was fully cooked turkey, 10 to 12 pounds. It came with mashed potatoes, gravy, and cornbread stuffing and cranberries with gravy. And we put a little extra money in there so they can get a pie. So my brother goes down there to pick up this dinner, and they gave him the turkey, but they gave him the sides for a prime rib dinner, which was like candied apples, green beans, sweet potato casserole pie thing, and something else. I think it may have been cornbread, but I'm not sure. I don't, maybe not the cornbread, but it wasn't the mashed potatoes, gravy, cranberries, stuffing, and it wasn't that. It wasn't like what's supposed to go with the turkey dinner. So when he took it home, he's like, they're like, the turkey's frozen, and it says you're supposed to put it back in the oven for 2 hours to reheat it. So it was kind of a big old mess, and my sister was freaking out, and I felt bad, and I was just like, shoot. I mean, when all that was happening, we were having our dinner here. They had it at 2 o'clock, and so I wasn't aware of all that till after we came back in from eating 3 hours later. Um, and I found out all that happened, and I was just like, gosh darn. Safeway is supposed to be a fairly upscale. I always thought of it as an upscale rest market, right? A market. I mean, they charge you enough for everything, so I was just like, what's the deal, Safeway? Get your crap together. Shoot up. We even had called and spoke with like the manager at the store, and called to verify that the order was placed, and that it was recorded. And she goes, yes, just call in a day before you got to come pick up the dinner, and verify that it's there. And she goes, I'm going to make sure we put 2 extras aside just to make sure that we have enough for everybody. And sure enough, I called the day before, which was the 26th, and they verified that the order was indeed there and ready to be picked up on Thanksgiving. So, and it still got screwed up. And so we were just like, just not happy. And they ended up refunding the price. So it was like $79.99 for the Thanksgiving meal, and they screwed that up. So they ended up refunding that, but it doesn't fix the problem. It doesn't, like, they didn't get what we bought them. So it kind of like, a refund is nice, but it doesn't fix the problem. It doesn't fix that. What they were anticipating on eating, they didn't get. So it was kind of a letdown. But anyways, we won't be using Safeway next time. Thanks, Safeway, for screwing up our order. Your people are incompetent in the Delhi area and either cannot read or you need to drug test your employees because they're either high and they can't function properly and they can't read a freaking label. So that's just my assumption. That's just my, my thinking. So anyways, yeah, that's what happened. But other than that, everything else went pretty smooth and peachy. And here comes another holiday right around the corner. How many of you guys are ready for that? There's like a lot of decorating to do and all these things that everybody has to do. Like they feel like chores now. It seems like year after year, it's not even fun anymore. There's been some years where we're just like, we got to break out the lights, and then it comes down to where everybody else on the block decorates, and like you're the only one. You haven't started decorating yet, and you kind of look like the black sheep of the block, and you're like totally feel like pressured into like decorating because everybody's gonna look at you like you're a deadbeat. It's like, what the hell? Hey CP, how you doing? You must have woke up just to say hi. Glad you had a nice Thanksgiving. Sorry the order was wrong. 2:36 a.m. in Ohio. Good night. Good night, CP. Sleep well. Thanks for popping in. It's good to see you. Rocher says, howdy, CP. Yeah, so, I don't even know if we're going to decorate, but that's like, my hubby was just like, well, everybody already put their lights out. And I'm like, so what? So what? I mean, it's just like, I want to pass out candy on Halloween, but you want to turn the light off. So, you know what I mean? That's called love and marriage, guys. Anyways, but that's okay. We'll probably put lights out. I don't know. My hubby has this like special way he likes to do it, and I don't like to mess with that. It's like a routine. So if he calls and if he like yells out and says, "Babe, can you help me out?" Yeah, I'll go out and help him. But it doesn't take two people to throw a net of lights over a bush. You know what I mean? You just get it, you toss it over. It's just like you just toss it like a net when you're fishing. Toss the net out in the water. Just however it lands, it's gonna land perfect. So we were supposed to get a tree too this year because our tree that we've been using for the past, I don't know, 5 years. It's like a white tree and it has these little tinsels. It looks like pine, right? It's supposed to mimic pine. It's these little white tinsel looking things, and you can bend the arms and you can fluff up the tree, whatever. Well, all that stuff is falling off and it's been falling off for years now. And every time we put the tree up or away, it drops like a bunch of those little white little stringy, those little tinsel things. They're like tinsel. So I don't know if we're going to get a tree or what we're going to do this year. So this is my first year that I've been here at the village longer than usual. And usually I'm back home by now because I usually come out here in August and stay August, September, October till the end of October. But this year I stayed. I came a month later. Stayed a month later. So my timeline is a little bit off this year. You see my floating Christmas tree in here? See it floating in there? I don't know if you can see it. See that floating? Hopefully I don't spill it on my computer. It's a mint marshmallow covered chocolate tree, Christmas tree. CP said hello, Rashad. If you guys want to see my latest video, it should be in one of the links in the Nightbot. Excuse me. Um, it's one of these. Okay, it's this one right here. That's one of my latest videos. It's a hiking video. So today at 3 p.m. A new short will come out. It's just something in nature, just a quick short. I haven't edited anything else lately. I don't even know. I have a few things, but I just really haven't edited any other videos. I'm just looking. We did stumble upon a really old church that was built in see, I think it was redone or refurbished in 1902. So we came across a really interesting church. We were just driving out and just exploring some of the neighborhoods, and we stumbled upon. Well, we found a cemetery, and then just right across the street was a church. So it's like, oh, okay, that's about right. Yeah, church, and then a cemetery. Okay. And then there was like a residence like right next to the cemetery, and I'm like, ooh, I wouldn't want to live next door to that cemetery. Oh, how many of you guys would like to live next door to literally next door, like sharing the fence to from your yard to the cemetery's yard, right? I didn't think I could sleep soundly at night, honestly. Mm-mm, mm-mm, no way, no freaking way, no way. So yeah, I might put that in a short just to show you the tree, and it did have these huge juniper trees. That, pretty. The seeds look different though. It looked like a juniper tree, but the seeds were like this big. They were like big round, just big round ball, like a wooden ball. And then I was looking at them, and some of them had cracked open. So I grabbed the ones that were cracked open because, of course, I saw seeds in them. And you know what I do when I see seeds? I harvest. So I put some seeds away. I actually have them right over here if you guys want to see them. Of course, I harvested the seeds. Susie harvests seeds everywhere she goes. So let me just pull these out. I got all my seeds here in this bag. So these are like little wooden balls. Got my wooden balls. So this is what they look like right here. So I like these little balls. They smell like pine almost. And so that's what they look like cracked open, and there's like so I harvested those, and then I harvested one that was solid that hadn't cracked open yet. And that's what it looks like. That looks like a big darn juniper seed. But I've never seen them crack open like that. And it's color is it? It's just kind of a wood color, but it smells like juniper. That's what it looks like, not cracked open. And then that's what it looks like cracked open. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. I'm pretty sure there's a seed in there. I'm pretty sure there's at least 3 seeds in there. So I'm gonna go and stick it in the ground when I go home, see what happens. That would be really nice to grow one of those. And that tree was probably as old as that church that we saw. I mean, well, I don't know, 1902. I don't know, man. You never know. The thing was huge. It took up a lot of freaking real estate on that property. That tree did. It was just really, really big. Hang on, I need to clear my throat. So, yeah, it's like a wooden ball. So that was kind of cool, and we kind of I should have walked all the way around the church because there was like a big lot next to the church, and then there was a porta potty, like hugged up to the wall against the church, and I'm like, oh, Well, that's nice. Someone needs to go potty. They can use that porta potty. So that was nice. Um, and then the cemetery across. I think next year when we come back, I'll maybe drive up to that cemetery and look around, see what kind of gravestones are on there, and see if there's anything historical, any historical grave stones maybe. Definitely during the day. I'm not doing that crap at night, guys. Don't even ask me. I don't do ghosts. Um, but I just kind of want to see if there's any old dates on there. See what the oldest date would be in that cemetery because it's kind of up on a hill, and I'm curious as to what the years might be on some of those gravestones. If there's any, and there's just I just want to see. I wish I would have. Excuse me. Sorry, I should have muted that. When I was in Austria, my hubby took me to a cemetery because we went up. We went to a kind of like a funeral, and he took me to the cemetery after that. That funeral was just too overwhelming. I walked in there and I just felt struck or stricken by everyone's grief just instantly. I didn't even know the person that passed, and I felt like I had lost my mother or something, and I just got overwhelmed with this huge, heavy feelings of loss, and I was like, I gotta get out of here because, I mean, I was, just raining tears, just like they were just falling. I was just like, what is going on? I don't even know this person. So I had to get out of there. Not, I don't do good at funerals. So um, after all that, we went to, I think we went to eat, and then we went to go see a cemetery because I wanted to go see one. I went because they're different over in Austria, and boy, these things were like they had these huge, tall headstones, and they had these kind of like small tombs, like a tomb house or a tomb or something. Just some crazy, not crazy like in a bad way, but different than what I've ever seen before in a cemetery. I've only ever really been in a cemetery where I grew up. We had a cemetery that I knew very well, and it was kind of like if you cut through the cemetery, you could cut through a lot of BS driving, and you cut through the cemetery, you can get through part of town quicker. Anyways, and I still have dreams of cutting through that cemetery, but it was always during the day, and it's never nothing scary. And I never experienced anything crazy or scary in that cemetery. But anyways, that was probably like the last time I was ever really in a cemetery for a reason only to cut through it to get somewhere faster. I don't think they let you do that anymore. But yeah, this cemetery, I'd like to go back next year when I come back to the village. I would like to go and walk through the cemetery and see if there's anything historical in there. So and definitely find some more trails to explore. Let me change this music. So it is Saturday. It is 12:50 a.m. It is extremely cold outside. I mean, I was out in shorts, hanging lights while Mike was live. His usual Friday night live. I was watching, and then so what they did here at Zane Grey, they provided a ton of decorations and Christmas lights and bows and wreaths and what are those, garlands and little miniature trees, and like anything that you could think of was there. And there was like 20 totes of Christmas decorations. And what they did was they said, if you want to decorate your area, have at it. Take whatever lights you want. There was like multicolor lights. I took a lot of the white lights because I wanted to decorate the area around the space that I'm in white. And then I did a bush next to it in all blue, and this blue uh, net light. It was like a net style light. You just kind of throw the net over this bush, right? So the fence line is kind of like all white, and then the bush next to it is a beautiful blue, electric blue. And I still have a couple more boxes that I want to hang, but it got dark, and then I just decided to wait till later on today. I'll just try to put those up later. But the temperature right now here is, let's see if I can pull it up. See if I can pull up the temperature. It's pretty cold. I'm thinking it might be in the 40s. Let's see what it is here. Yeah, it's 45 degrees here. Come on, don't act like you don't know where I am. Camp Birdie. Oh, 39 degrees. Holy moly. Foggy? Where? Oh my God. Is there fog outside? I want to go see it. Can't see it. It's dark. I know there's like a crescent moon out, so that'd probably be cool. It's cool to see. I don't see very much fog out here. It's nice to see fog. So, yeah, 39 degrees. It says feels like 39. The low is 35. So yeah, I'm gonna tap into some of the news here and see what's going on in neighborhood news. Okay, not that one. Oh yeah, maybe that one. Is it that one? Oh my gosh, guys. Has anybody seen Landman? Has anybody started watching Landman? I was like, oh, I was resisting going to watch Landman. It's playing on Paramount Plus, and it's also available on Amazon Prime. And I was like, ah, I finally gave in and started watching it. And from the very beginning, you're hooked. Billy Bob Thornton is the main character. It involves the oil fields, the oil business, the oil industry, and everything that comes along with it, which is the money, the danger, the glam, and the darkness. All of that comes with the oil business, and it is just once you start it, you will be hooked. I thought, well, how good could it be? But I've heard like 3 different people mention that show, Landman, and I'm like, ah. So my hubby and I, we were sitting down, and I was like, "What do you think? Do you want to maybe give it a try and just watch it?" And he's like, "Yeah." So we put it on, and my hubby goes, "I really don't like Billy Bob Thornton." I'm like, well, I'm kind of in the middle. I'm really, he's an okay actor, but I never was really like, I'm gonna like look up Billy Bob Thornton, all of his movies just to watch them all. Like, never said that, ever said that. But when we put it on, and the way it starts out, he's like got a cotton bag over his head, and that's how it starts out, and just what he says gets us hooked, because he's pretty knowledgeable in the show. So it turns out pretty darn good, and it'll get you hooked. So if you haven't watched it, don't go watch it, because you're gonna get hooked. I guarantee it. It's pretty good. It's really, really good. It's like Yellowstone. It was written by the same guys that wrote Yellowstone. So, as if you enjoyed Yellowstone, And the way that show was written, you'll like Landman, guaranteed. You watched season one. Is 23 there, Rashad? Yeah. So I was hooked. Oh my god! I watched. I started to do a marathon. Like we started it. My hubby went to bed, and I just kept watching it until it was kind of too late, and I was like, I better turn it off. I didn't want to, but I was like, I need to get to bed. It's getting late. So I started watching it the next day, every chance I got, and then ended up doing another marathon until it got late again, and I had to turn it off. And I finally finished watching all two seasons to the end, and I was just like, "Darn it! Does anybody know when the next episode comes out?" Because I mean I could look it up, but I am excited to. Maybe I should just let it go for a little while and then let me get behind maybe four episodes so I can go and marathon watch again. So I like watching them back to back like that instead of waiting for the next episode, watching it, and then waiting again, and I don't know. Hi Ahmed, how you doing? Hey Susie, hope you're doing well. Thank you. I hope you're doing well too. Good to see you. Thank you for the hearts. I haven't seen you in a while. It's good to see you. Hopefully you're doing well. Push that like button, guys. I'd appreciate it. It helps my channel grow. Leave a comment if you come in later, and let me know what you think of Landman. And I definitely like it, and I am definitely hooked. What else did I see that was? Oh, I also watched Wicked, and I wasn't gonna watch it um, because of what I heard about some of the characters, and I'm just like, you know what, screw it, I'm just gonna watch it. It turns out that it's a constant musical, and I'm like, oh gosh. So I found myself muting the in the parts, muting the movie in the parts that they started to sing, and then I thought, I just took a deep sigh, just like I did a deep sigh, and I thought, well, just okay. So I'm really not into musicals, but I really like the story. So I like halfway through, I stopped muting the musicals, and you actually need to hear them singing because it's actually them. It's the dialogue, so you have to kind of hear it so you can hear what they're telling each other, because they're not singing like a song just for the heck of it. They're actually singing what they're doing and what they're saying to each other. So you kind of have to hear it. It's pretty tricky how they did that. Anyways, Wicked turned out to be darn good, and it leaves you hanging in the end because there's going to be a second one. I know it. There's going to be a second part. So I was like, I'm really excited for Wicked 2. I actually like how they presented that version of Wizard of Oz. Other than the musical part, I thought that the story was really good, really really good. Um, I even asked my sister what she thought about it, and she goes, I like the old version of Wizard of Oz." I'm like, "Yeah." I mean, but they don't go into like how the Wicked Witch was created and where her background. I mean, it goes into Dorothy's background, but it doesn't really explain how the Wicked Witch was created, and even the Good Witch of the North, or I think that's what she's called, the Good Witch. So in Wicked, it kind of gives you a little background of the Good Witch and the Wicked Witch almost. I mean, in my opinion, I think that's kind of how it's how the movie is, and so if you guys haven't seen it and you don't mind the musical part, I honestly I was getting I had turned it off the first time I started watching it. As soon as they started singing, I was like, oh screw this. I turned it off, and then like a couple days later, I was like, you know what? Let's just watch it and see. I don't know, because it's the Wizard of Oz. I mean, so and it turned out that I really liked it. I really liked it. Other than the darn singing part, all the actors in it were really good, and they got a lot of good actors in it. Um, Other than that, it was a great movie, really good. So Mir Ahmed says, "I'm good, Queen. Stay blessed. Thanks for asking, my friend. Oh, you're welcome. After a long time, I seen again Queen of Coffee. Aw, well, cheers. Hopefully you're having some coffee. Enjoy yours. How's the UK medic? Hope he's also doing well, Susie. UK medic? Who is that? I don't remember who the UK medic is. Oh my God. Oh, no, I don't know. UK medic. I don't know. Mir Ahmed. I don't know. I forgot. Hopefully he's doing good. So yeah, that was Wicked. What else did I watch? I was kind of really bored one night, and I watched both of the accountants with Ben Affleck. He plays his character plays someone with Asperger's, and he's an assassin. So that was kind of like my week. During the day, finally the rain subsided, and it was nice. We were able to get out and about, and I hadn't done any hikes really. Only because everything was so wet and muddy, and so we just didn't get a chance to go back out after almost 5 days of rain. So I'm just looking through the neighborhood app and seeing what's in here that's worth sharing. Hmm. 17 hours ago. There are ICE agents currently on the corner of 19th Avenue in Roma, like the tomato. They just took a young man in a green hoodie and jeans and work boots who looked like he was on his way to work. They put him in the front seat of a truck. Be careful, stay home if you can. There's 63 comments on this, and a sideways photo. They took a picture of this. God, that's hard to see that sideways. Oh yeah, oh you forgot? Ha ha ha, says Mir Ahmed. His channel's name is UK Medic. Was he the one that was just putting out content of just him driving or through a bus? Like his view from a bus? And I don't remember. Nice to meet you again. What kind of weather is there, Susie? It's 40, wasn't it 39 right now? It's 41 degrees. So in Celsius is 41 degrees. Hey Google. Well, I have the conversion on the Nightbot. Hey Google. What's 41 degrees in Celsius?
The conversion from Fahrenheit to the power of circ F to Celsius to the power of circ C is given by the formula. Let's use the code interpreter to calculate it for 41 to the power of circ F. 41 to the power of circ F is equal to 5 to the power of circ.
That's very scientific. 5 degrees Celsius for you guys. Every time I miss your sound. Okay. Susie, your life is too busy. Love ya. Oh, thank you, Mir Ahmed. It's good to see you again. Yeah, so this is someone that took a photograph of ICE. You guys know what ICE is, right? Everybody knows what ICE is. These are the guys who are out there and they're retrieving illegal immigrants from the United States and supposedly deporting them back over to Mexico. And so right now they have been for quite some time pretty heavy in Phoenix. So the first comment says, "Good job, ICE." The second comment says, "Jesse, shut up. How can you be against your own people?" And then there was 4 comments on that. Jesse, you and yours will be next, dog. And then they say he thinks he's safe because the guy who said "Good job, ICE" looks Hispanic, right? Then someone says, "Well, they've been targeting us. It's spiritual though. Focus on God. Stay cool." Jesse, I won't be calling you for business. That guy just screwed himself. Front seat, that's odd. Yeah, you would think if someone was captured, they would be put in the back seat of their vehicle, right? That is a great observation. So someone has an explanation for being placed in the front seat of an ICE vehicle, which is a regular standard vehicle. These are not special made vehicles. I heard that a lot of these ICE agents are hired, like private hired people. They're just they're not like part of a company or anything. They're like they're privately hired. So they're using, of course, just regular vehicles, nothing that's made to house like a criminal or someone like a police car. So you know how a police car has like usually a cage in between you and the driver from the back seat to the front seat, or there's like plexiglass or so they said that they observed that this man was placed in the front seat. And this comment is saying about why they put him in possibly why they put him in the front seat. And they're saying Oklahoma police put their arrestees, sit down grammar police. I know it's not an actual word, in the front seat. Not sure if it's just so they can keep a better eye on them or what. Next comment. Also, the like is to give the post more visibility. Absolutely not that I condone any of this. There's a lot of people that are pretty pissed off about what ICE is doing. Someone says good, and then someone says, "Amy, shut up." There's comments. Next comment. Reporter, they're doing their job. Quit endangering their lives. Okay, and then to that comment, a response. 2 questions. How is this endangering anyone? If public knowledge of public workers is dangerous, what does that say about the job? They are doing the job they are doing with our money? 4 replies to that. How many comments are on this? I think I said it in the beginning. 63. My goodness, this could take a while. Okay, so here's the next comment. Seems to be a couple of National Guard oh, did you guys hear about that? The National Guards that were targeted in DC recently doing similar items. Katie Hobbs took money from other programs to house these people. What was she doing with our money? Maybe that's where the $339 million went that she lost. Yeah, there's a lot of speculation on laundering and misuse of funding for this project. I guess. Susie, I come to the UK as guest of Susie B. Hold on, wait, what does it say? I talk about you to my friends. One of Queen. She makes coffee and will come. She's from the UK or sounds like Queen and stay every time happy. Aww. Thank you, Mir Ahmed. Susie, can you like I do like the village life. I prefer the village rather than the city, honestly. That's why I'm so happy here. Until some kid sprinkles frickin' metallic dust all over my face and in my eye, in the fire. Uh, Other than that, life's peachy here. Anyways, okay, so maybe that's where the 339 million went that she lost. Okay, they're talking about something. Maybe somebody, Katie Hobbs. She's probably someone in Phoenix area that's probably in a seat of power. Don't pay attention to these people. Tell that to the family of the National Guardsman that died yesterday at the hands of someone who more than likely was radicalized after coming to this country. Educate yourself, they said. And then someone responded to this comment saying, have you looked into the facts on the shooter? And next comment, disgusting. Some need to learn valuable life lessons. It will happen. Next comment, what are our government and mayor doing about this? I have no idea. Next comment, if you support the illegals, by all means, invite them into your home. Next comment, good, get them and report them. That's in response to this post. Next comment, cue the racists. Let's see who the racist neighbors are. That's right. That's a good way to find out who doesn't like Hispanics. Honestly, remember I told you guys when this barely started happening that our gardener, we had a gardener, right? And he wasn't like he only came when like after a lot of rain and we had like a billion weeds that would sprout out in the front yard, and my hubby would like call the gardener to come and like he would bring like 3 of his buddies because he had a business anyways, and they would tackle those weeds out in like under an hour. Anyways, so we were told that he was taken by ICE. And then a few days later, or maybe a week later, my hubby found out that they actually gave him a chance to sell his business to his one of his family members that actually was born here. And then they allowed him to do that, and then took him, like gave him a ride. But I don't know, it was kind of weird, the story. The whole situation, the scenario. And then recently, my hubby said that he found out that they never did take him. They never did take him back to Mexico. So they didn't deport him. So there's something weird going on with that. Like, I don't know. Unless you know one and you talk to one, a human being that's Hispanic that has been deported. Sorry, I don't mean to say one, like it's a blue ball or something, or a pink ball. Anyways, unless you know a person that has been deported and get the story right from their mouth, I don't know how much of this stuff I believe what's going on, especially if it's in the news. So, the next comment says, illegal immigrants is not a race. Quit trying to make it one. So, and there's 4 replies to that. You mean cue the ideologues that say they support illegals but would never help them by opening their doors? I support U.S. citizens to be safe and protected. And then the next comment says, they aren't coming for the Asians. What the heck? The next comment, that's exactly what a racist would say, wouldn't he? The next comment, I would not know. ICE is a program under the federal government. This is the next comment. ICE is a program under the federal government. Many of us have parents and grandparents who did go through the process of coming to this country in an illegal manner and later to become U.S. citizens. Many of the people ICE will pick up are here doing illegal activities, drugs, gangs, and so on. If your paperwork is in order, this should not be an issue. The next comment. They're also grabbing people who are attending immigration proceedings. Oh, I heard about that. My hubby told me that, you got to go to like a courthouse to get your paperwork done, right? Do your paperwork. They're like he said they were snatching people up trying to get their paperwork done. They were just snatching them up. Like, how fair is that? You're like almost there. You're like, oh, so close, and then boom, the hook comes on stage and they freaking hook you and drag you off stage. It's not cool. That's not like how is this process supposed to happen then? How is this supposed to happen? It doesn't make sense. Anyways, so this gal is commenting. They're also grabbing people who are attending immigration proceedings, people who are playing by the rules and doing what they're supposed to. They're also illegally detaining citizens. They're doing a horrible job at actually addressing the problems. It looks like it, right? A lot of amateurs. So there's 2 replies to that comment. It says, depending on your age and ethnicity, the immigration experience your grandparents had was likely very different. I know for a fact it was for my own. I'm only 3rd to 5th generation, and when my family came here, they were either gifted land on Indian territory or had their names changed. Nobody ever gave an F about what they did or who they were in the old country. Next comment. Nicholas, do a little research on those people. They had final orders of deportation, which they chose to ignore. Next comment. Remember, we are all immigrants. Next comment. And I remember my great-grandparents did it the legal way. And then there were 11 replies to that. Next comment. That is not a relevant statement. The people being picked up are criminals and people in the country illegally. Next comment. Daniel, and by doing it the right way, you mean they got amnesty under Bush? If your parents were here now, they would be a priority to be deported. Next comment. Do you know that for a fact, or is that just what DOJ is telling you? So there's a lot of comments on here, guys. I don't know if I want to read all these. There's like a ton. But it's good that people are talking about it, and actually they're checking others, and they're telling them to check their facts. So this is kind of I see it as a semi-healthy conversation. So that's good. And plus, just by sitting here behind the scenes, reading all these comments, you actually learn something. It's like, I mean, you shouldn't believe everything you see. You should always check your facts yourself. But you kind of get to know what's in the minds of other people and their opinions, which is important, I think. So let's move on. You stay blessed too, Mir Ahmed. Thank you. He's probably long gone. Someone's complaining about the transients in the area. Let me see. I hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I shot my own turkey this year. I was so happy, but I am not allowed in that Walmart anymore. That guy. Why am I sore after cooking Thanksgiving dinner like I ran a marathon? Is it just me or oh my god, I all I had to make was wrapped bacon wrapped green beans, right? I have a picture of them. Let me see if I can show you guys. So this is that's all I had to do. Well, it was bacon wrapped green beans and bacon wrapped asparagus, right? I got a photo. Hold on, let me pull it up on my phone. I did take a picture of them before they were baked in the oven. So, so I it, the recipe said to bake these in the oven at 400 degrees for 20 minutes. And this is what they look like. So that they got it like a sauce. So I was supposed to the recipe called for 18 pieces of bacon, cut in half, and then I bundled the green beans with 7 green beans in a bundle. And then you're supposed to make this sauce with like butter. It's butter. You melt the butter. You put in a cup of brown sugar, a stick of butter, a cup of brown sugar, a tablespoon of garlic salt, garlic powder, garlic salt, and a tablespoon of soy sauce. And then you mix that all up until it thickens. So it got all thick, and then you're supposed to drizzle it over that, and then put it in the fridge overnight, and then bake it the next day. Well, I did all that, and then the next day I was getting ready to bake it, and I thought, oh my god, I should have freaking blanched the green beans because they're fresh. Like the green beans are fresh, and my friend, my ninja friend that I went hiking with, she told me that she always used canned green beans, and I'm like, I don't do canned green beans. I just don't do it. And she's like, well, I don't know. So I had to kind of research it the day after, like right before they were getting ready to go in the oven. The dinner was at 2. I started it like at noon, and I'm like, crap. So I had to like blanch these. I had to take apart all these green beans, right? I had made 20 bundles. I had to unwrap all of them, wipe off the glaze that was on them that had now hardened, put it all in a bowl, blanch these green beans for 2 minutes, dry them all, and then rebundle them, rewrap the bacon on them, and then reapply the now kind of hardened brown sugar glaze stuff. You know how long that took? That freaking took forever. And by the time I got to the asparagus, I was like, "Screw it! I ain't blanching that." And then I didn't even like take the asparagus to the dinner. I felt bad, but I didn't have time. So I had just enough time to blanch all those beans, rewrap them, and then I had to do it in how many batches? I think I did it in 2 batches, 20, and then they ended up cooking for longer than 20 minutes because the bacon wouldn't brown. And I was just like, oh my god, what a freaking nightmare. It felt like I might as well have cooked a whole turkey, mashed potato stuffing, and gravy because I was exhausted. By the time I was done, I was like, what a freaking long process this was. And I didn't think about it the night before when I was prepping everything that if I should blanch them or not. I thought, well, if you just cook them in the oven, raw, wrapped in bacon, I don't know how it would come out, and I didn't want to screw it up, so I researched it, and it did say to indeed, if you use fresh beans, to blanch them. Blanching is getting water to a temperature where it starts to boil, and you throw the beans in for 2 to 3 minutes. So I did 2 minutes and pulled them out, and they were vibrant green. I mean, they came out really nice when they were done. They came out really nice. They didn't shrivel up. And they shriveled they started to very slightly shrivel, but not really. They were still very just a little past al dente, and they were just perfect, just right. So the green beans they came out perfect, but by the time I got to the asparagus, I was like, screw this, I'm just throwing them in the oven. And they of course took forever to bake, the whole 40 minutes actually. And I just gave up by the time I threw the asparagus in the oven. We went to go eat, And then I just came back and checked on them, and it was just too late. It was too late. So I was like, screw it. That's weird. My little Christmas tree hasn't really melted. Why didn't you melt? Christmas tree? You marshmallow? It's floating. Oh, it's real soft. Probably because the my Bailey's probably cooled it too much, and probably the whipped cream cooled the coffee. So yeah, that was all I had to make, and that was kind of in response to this gal who said she felt like she ran a marathon cooking Thanksgiving dinner. Um, so yeah, that was my experience with these green beans. I've never made green beans like that, but and the asparagus came out like this. This is what it looked like this. So that's what the bundled asparagus looked like. So with the bacon, and there was actually not too many of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It was probably about 15 to 17 bundles of asparagus. And actually, all the green beans got eaten but one bundle. So that's good. I guess people liked them. I'd probably never do those again. Maybe if it was just for me and my hubby, I would do that again, but not for, and maybe for a party, but I don't know. They were good though. Let's see what else is going on here in the news. It's illegal to keep Christmas lights up. Oh, is it illegal to keep Christmas lights up all year in Arizona? Okay, there's 54 comments on that. What do you guys feel about keeping your Christmas lights up? It should be reasonable, kind of lame. I mean, there's some actual communities that are gated in the Phoenix area, that all their landscaping is lit with lights, but all the same color, and it just looks gorgeous. And I've seen that all year round, and that's gorgeous. It's just beautiful. I like that, and that doesn't bother me at all, unless people are like into astronomy close by, and that light bothers them. Other than that, I don't think it would bother anybody else. Honestly, I don't know. I think it looks kind of cool, but that's just like all white light. I mean, Christmas lights, they blink and then they flicker, and then they're different colors. And if it was just all white, I think it would be honestly just fine. That's just my opinion. Are you referring to light strings or programmable lights that mount behind the fascia? Tis the season, limit it that way. I think that lights up all year equals a lazy person. Okay. Someone says to the person that commented on laziness, well, I disagree. If they want to keep them up and not turn them on past the holidays, to me that is all right, because that is a lot of work to put them up and take them down. Some people are elderly and can't keep climbing up and down a ladder. But if you live in the HOA, they don't want them left up, period. HOAs, that's what I think about you guys. You guys suck, big time. All of you HOAs. Anyways, that's just my opinion. I will never ever move into an HOA. So anyways, so yes, but when you are on a budget, you can't always afford a handyman. And besides, it's just weird to have Christmas lights turned on throughout the year. Didn't you just comment saying one never sees fine homes in excellent neighborhoods with holiday lights up all year round? So I take it that you're not for the lights all year round, or are you for the lights all year round? That's confusing. He's basically stating, next comment, that if there's a fine home in a fine neighborhood, they wouldn't have lights on all year round. What about the lights that I've seen in these communities, like driving into the place, that are all lit up for decoration? I don't know. Someone says, "This is America." That's darn right. It is. I think anybody should be able to do whatever they want. If you don't like it, don't look at it. Just like the trolls. If you don't like what they say, kick them out. You don't have to sit there and entertain that. Don't look or take care of it. Okay, so yes, but even America has laws, rules, and regulations that people should follow, don't you think? I don't see anything wrong with lights. Unless you live in an HOA, who gives a crap? They did the crap emoji. If you live in an HOA, that's probably not going to work. I found this information on the internet. It is not explicitly illegal under Arizona state law to keep Christmas lights up all year, but it may be against the rules of your local city or homeowners association, which is an HOA, guys. If you were curious, many cities like Peoria have ordinances that limit how long holiday lights can stay up, and HOAs almost always have specific rules and can issue fines for violations. They love their fines and they love issuing them. Anyways, I think some of them get a little out of hand. You see it in movies. That's really how vicious and vulgar they can be. They think that they're above the law. You know, you give them a little power and they think they can just, you know, be a tyrant. It's like, just slap them and just, you know, just whatever. It's stupid. Don't hit anybody, people. Violence is not okay. But, you know, it looks better in your head. Just see it in your head, play the movie in your head, and you'll feel the same satisfaction. Anyways, I know where I live and you can't keep I know where I live, you can't keep Christmas lights up all year round. This is why I don't decorate. It is too much work to put them up and take them down. I agree. Every freaking year, put it up, take it down, put it up, take it down. It's just like whiplash. This is why I don't decorate. It's too much work. I would keep them up but not turn them on to burn electricity, straining on an already overworked grid. Okay, the next comment, someone says, who really cares? Address some really important issues like DJT. Oops, who really cares? What's DJT? Oh, okay, I think I know. Okay, the next comment says, Arizona Republic asked the question. Many of us just gave our opinion and answer. That's right. My thoughts exactly. Leave your neighbors alone. They can do what they want, nosy people. Right? Just like that one guy that comes in here, why are you so nosy? I love that channel name. What else? Would all your fireworks late at night be a better discussion? Honestly, people do fireworks all year round, and it's just, if it's not that, it's hearing gunshots. I don't see anybody doing anything about that. Anyways, I think Christmas lights make people happier. Yeah, actually, I like the lights. You know, a lot of people, there's this tradition where they all the family jumps in the car and they drive through the neighborhoods just to see lights. That was like something we did growing up too. Just you drive around and look at the lights. I think that's a fun thing. We actually did that one time in a limo. Me and my hubby and some his coworkers, they all pitched in for a limousine. And of course, with a full bar, right? You can't have a limousine without a full bar. So we were drinking and we were like going through these neighborhoods. And of course, you know, the girls felt like they had to stand up out of the window, like in the movies. They had to stand up and do the wee, you know, out the top of the freaking ceiling of the car. And we actually We actually stopped at a bar, and the limo waited for us while we drank some more. And then I think we even went to eat too. Did we eat something? Ah, that's so blurry that night. But we had a blast driving through the neighborhoods in a limo, and looking at Christmas lights. That was the best ever. The best. So yeah, that was a fun thing. Let's see. Someone says I don't like them up past New Year's Day. We take ours down. Usually we do the same, but we'll wait till New Year's, like January 3rd or 4th. Sometimes up to the 12th, 10th to 12th, we start taking ours down. But then you got to put them all back up again, and it is a pain in the butt. But it does look nice though. And also, when it starts getting cold, those lights are like a little heating blanket on your plants. So you don't have to cover your plants. You leave your lights on all night, and it'll keep your plants warm from getting too cold. We get below, we get to that freezing point every so often, and just turn your lights on, and it helps keep them all warm. Or if you don't have blankets, throw some Christmas lights on your plants. That'll help warm them. Anyways, absolutely, next comment. Absolutely never, ever put holiday decorations up too soon. And most definitely do not leave them up a day past the proper holiday season. Oh my gosh. Really? It's just so tacky and in very poor taste. I bet this guy drinks his coffee or his tea with his pinky up. He's all, and never ever. It's so tacky. That's what it's. Oh my God, that's what he sounds like. That's what he looks like, his pinky. Anyway, sorry. If you have your pinky up, I'm not making fun of you. Just the one guy in my head that I just made up. It's my imagination. So don't get all butt hurt. Anyways, the Arizona sun would destroy them after one summer, anyways, and that's probably true. It's a waste of money to do that. Yeah, leaving them up all year. You don't want to leave your lights up in the Phoenix summer, because I call that Hell's Kitchen. You guys heard me say this before. Hell's Kitchen is coming, and honestly, I'm surprised the whole freaking city of Phoenix isn't underground by now. Like, what are we still doing topside? Like hello, like let's start going underground, because the summers would be nice if we could just like, whoop, just flip. The whole city just flips, boop, and like underground or goes down. It could be so much better. Anyways, someone says, only really lazy people leave them up, and in a year they become useless. Well, when Hell's Kitchen comes around, yeah, I mean, sure it'll damage. It definitely will fade or start eating away at that plastic, fading it really bad. HOAs do not allow. Otherwise, mind your own business. That's someone that probably is the head of an HOA, and they're really giving us their opinion. Lake Biltmore. Yeah. Look up Lake Biltmore and you'll know. Live and let live unless it hurts someone else. We have so much more important stuff to deal with. Be kind when you can. I agree. Good comment. Decorations for the holidays are just that, for special occasions and holidays. Do these same people keep decorations for Easter, Halloween, Independence Day, etc.? Okay, there's a question. So these people are just commenting on other comments, and they're not focusing on the question, which is, would you leave your lights up or not all year? So they're kind of going. They're getting a little out of hand. I think they're getting off topic. So, is it illegal to keep Christmas lights up all year in Arizona? Just someone can say no, it's not illegal. Anyways, I'm kind of getting bored with this already. I'm gonna move on. Let me see. Happy Friday. That was yesterday. May your day start great and just keep getting better. And she has a nice cup of coffee in her hand, a candle lit under the sunlight. Hmm. Is it weird to light a candle during the day? We used to, so when we used to go to bed at night as a child, as in my childhood, we used to have a candle lit in the room. Um, Lighting a candle during the day, I guess for the smell, if it's one of those aromatic ones, I think is yeah, that's kind of normal. I saw that picture and I'm like, oh, it's not a photo. It's actually like a cartoonist drawing, but there's a candle. She's outside and the sun's shining. I thought that was kind of weird till I thought about it. What is that, manzanita? Happy Thanksgiving. I want to create a centerpiece out of this manzanita stump. Okay. What else is going on? That was a day ago, a day ago. Holy moly. Okay, I don't see. Where's all the? I usually get emails about. What's that? So today, later on, up in here in the area in Jerome, they're gonna have a tree lighting festival kind of thing, and it's supposed to be kind of cool. Now, there's something that 3 hours ago that they posted. It's called Glendale Glitters. Looks like they're here. I'll share this with you guys so you can see, because I've never seen this before and it's new to me. Let me just zoom into this. So this is called Glendale Glitters, and well, what is that? Is that foam? Looks like foam. It's supposed to mimic snow. Phoenix has a bunch of stuff. I mean, this is Glendale, but basically right, pretty much neighboring Phoenix. But this is the stuff they do in the city. That kind of looks like foam, huh? I don't think that's snow. There's a little kid dancing in front of it. Oh, Henry. Hello, Henry. Good morning. It says morning, Rashad. Mira. Hard to pour concrete deep. Are you pouring concrete, Henry? How have you been, Henry? Good to see you. Yeah, this is called Glendale Glitters. I wonder if that's foam. I mean, like soap. There's some places where, when I was in my 20s, I was hearing about these crazy places where there are like foam parties, techno parties with foam, basically bubbles, soap. I don't know what that is. I wonder if anybody has any insight into what exactly this is. At the Scribbled Hollow. There's no comments. There's nothing. So Scribbled Hollow, I think it's the name of this business. That looks like fun, huh? Oh. And so every once in a while in our neighborhood, we get a bunch of like side by sides. You guys know what a side by side is? So it's either like a little like a four wheeler, right? But with a shell around it, like like a little tiny little car, but it off road vehicle, OHV. Um, I think it's called OHV, ATV, whatever. I don't think you guys ever seen mine. We have a little side by side, but anyways, where was I going with that? I totally lost my mind. I lost my thought. Oh, so yeah, it's usually once a year around Christmas time. They a big band or group of them get together and they go through all the neighborhoods and they decorate their rigs with lights, Christmas lights, and they usually have Santa hats on, and or they have like a festivities kind of clothing on, and they drive through all the neighborhoods. So sometimes they have music, and then they just drive through like a chain, and that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. But yeah, that's called the Glendale Glitters, and I'm actually going to look that up and see what exactly that means. I think that that's foam. Let me just kind of. Oh, okay. Glendale Glitters will soon light up downtown Glendale with beautiful displays, interactive features, and picture perfect holiday moments for all to enjoy. The celebration kicks off on November 28th. Oh, shoot, that was yesterday. And 29th from 5 to 10 p.m. So that's tonight. With the official lighting ceremony at 5:45 in front of the Glendale Civic Center. Oh, I guess that we have a lighting also. I did not know about that. I know that they have one here, and that I think they do one in Sedona. They do one in Prescott, which is just right here in this area where I'm camping. Well, it says that Glendale Glitters returns to downtown Glendale. It's back. So maybe it hadn't. I guess it. I guess it hadn't been around for a while. It's a tradition. It says it's returning. Okay, so I guess it hasn't been happening. Because, yeah, I've never heard about the Glendale Glitters before. So, I mean, if this, you have a Christmas tree lighting, I bet we're in your area, wherever you guys are at, you may have one also. But I think it's neat. Williams has one also. I remember one year we were out camping, and can't remember the time of it. It was I think it was before October, because it was at the end of September possibly that we were camping out there, and the campground where we were staying, they close in October because it starts to snow. And in their little town in Williams, they had a huge tree. God, this thing was tall. It was like, I mean, shoot, over 10 feet tall, plus some. I don't know the exact height, but it was over 10 feet tall. So way, way over 10 feet tall. And they had these big, huge ornaments, and I mean, they used a lift to decorate this tree, and they had their lighting also. So, and I never really remembered going to any lightings of a tree anywhere. I think the city where I was born and grew up in, I think they may have done one, but I was too young. And it really, I never really cared about it then. So yeah, so there is a tree lighting. It's called the Glendale Glitters. Guess it's only 2 nights. The 28th and 29th of November from 5 to 10 p.m. It's 5 hours. So if the lighting ceremony starts at 5:45 p.m. in front of the Glendale Civic Center. I definitely would not want to be out there for that, honestly. Looks like there's some huge balloons. Now, what I would like to see, when I lived in Idaho, they had, every year till they stopped doing it, they had the hot air balloons. I remember waking up, going outside and looking up, and there was a bunch of hot air balloons in the sky, and like they were so close you could see the people's faces, and they'd be like waving, and then we'd be like, "Oh, woo!" waving back, and just all of them were like different colors, and usually they were sponsored by a company, or it was either a real estate, or it was some kind of cartoon character, or it was something. It was something, some kind of business. You commented earlier also there are snow making trucks, etc., that do it on your home and lawn. Oh yeah, I've seen that snow. Sorry, Henry, I was so late and responding. Shadow Soldier, how you doing, beautiful brother? Good to see you. It's good to see you too, Henry. Hopefully everything's going well with you. Oh, I bet you got snow too over there, huh, Henry? But yeah, I'm just looking around this supposed civic center. Because as you guys know, once I go back to the city, I don't leave the house. I have no reason to, and no desire to. It's just like it's like the house is my cage, so it's not fun. I don't have any fun when I go back home. So I mean, I could go out, but what's the purpose? What's the purpose of being one in a frickin' million with other people driving around and hustle and bustle and rushing around, and it's a bunch of horse shit. Anyways, I don't like it. That's probably why I've never been to any of these things. It's just not fun. I'm looking at the, it took me into like a Google map. Those look like hot air balloons. Are those hot air balloons? Okay, so I'm going to share with you guys the Glendale Glitters. Because I've never seen them before, so it'll be both our first time looking at this. So this is what they look like. So these are hot air balloons. I wonder if do they go up at night? Okay, so I zoomed into the photo so you guys could see it a little better. Look at how cute that is. I miss the hot air balloons. We have them out here too, kind of like where Lake Pleasant is at. There's a huge area of desert out there where I've seen hot air balloons launch from that area. And I've seen, what are those little motorcraft things? Those like you sit in this seat and then there's a big giant fan behind you and it has wings. It takes off. There's a guy that does like rides. You can rent him for an hour and he'll take you on a ride up above the desert. I don't know what that vehicle thing is called, but I've seen that out here in the desert. So that's the one. We'll go to the next photo. Oh, See, I like watching this stuff. Ooh, they got a pumpkin. Wow. See, there's a real estate company on one balloon. Can you guys see that? Is it too small? That was cool. That was 18 seconds of fun right there. Let's replay it. That's cool. Oh, you know what I saw tonight earlier on YouTube? There's the actual there's a camera available in Vegas of the sphere. I was like, nice. You know, it's neat. That sphere is really cool to look at, to watch it. So if you look up Las Vegas Sphere Cam or something to that effect, you'll probably find it. It's live. It's really cool to watch that thing and watch the pictures on it. I've actually met a few people, a couple that was recently here that went to a concert inside that sphere, and they said it's unbelievably cool inside. It's just amazing. They do what is it, a Peter Pan show or something in there, and they drop like these foam apples during the show, and it makes it feel realistic. Like on the screen, it seems like apples are falling, and then at that moment, they actually release like really light foam apples, and they just fall, and they fall on the audience, and it gives it the effect of, you know, being very real, and I think it sounds cool. So here's another photo. See, this is cool. I like that. I like to see stuff like that. That's a big polar bear. Holy moly. That's a nice, kind of like a, what is that supposed to be, like an igloo? That'd be cool to take pictures inside of that. The background. Oh, there's a big teddy bear. So this is out here in the Glendale area, guys. There's a library out there. This is something library. Huh. Oh, there's a snowman. That's cool. You can walk through that. I think that's cool. Show a few minutes ago, 1 inch or 2. Oh, snow a few minutes ago for Henry. That's awesome. Yeah, I don't want to be stuck in the snow out here. Because I don't want to drive in that. I don't want to be stuck in it. Huh. Yeah, that's how they decorate. They decorate the palm trees. Wait, was that a video? Oh, okay. Boy, whoever decorated that tall palm tree is brave. Ooh! No, I like those lights. Those look like those icicle lights. Be careful how you decorate your palm. Whoever decorated that, they're very talented because they did every palm and they didn't stop at before the palms because then it looks like a giant penis. So you gotta be careful how you decorate your palm trees. They actually did each and every palm, which is dang. You know how tall those trees are? They're freaking tall. Anyways, moving on. Ooh, there's horse carriage. There's horse and carriage. Look at that. Is that a video? No, just a photo. Oh, look at that. That's cool. So they give rides too, huh? That's neat. That's a pretty horse. Okay. So that's some of the statues. That's cool. The Lowell Rogers Amphitheater. Never heard of it. I like that. I would like to be somewhere high up where you can see down into all that. That's where I would like to be, not in the mix of it all. Too many people. That's pretty. Oh, chocolates. Okay, so it looks like there's kind of concerts. There's more balloons. I'm gonna make some more coffee, guys. You have a mean sister in Scottsdale area? Oh, I'm sorry, Henry. Was that the... Okay. Where's the... That's kind of cool. I love those lights that look like they're falling. There's a lot of people there. My gosh. Wait, where's the arrow at? Is that the last video? That was the same thing we watched. Oh, I guess that's it. That was all the... Well, no, there's more. Look at those lights. That is really cool. Oh, those are pretty blue lights. They're like a turquoise. I see when we decorate our front yard, guys, every year, like we always have these mix match colors. Like I want to do like all one color. I just like all one color. I think it looks better. I don't know. What do you guys think? That thing is cool. That's one big Christmas bauble. Is that what it's called? A Christmas bauble? That you could stand in that. That's cool. You go teddy bear. So we're not going to do the Christmas party this year, guys. We usually go to the my hubby's company party. We're not doing it this year. There's one big giant Santa boot. That's cool. That's so creative. I like that. They made an archway so you can walk through there. There's some more of that carriage ride. Here's a... Be careful decorating a palm tree. Oh my god. See, they did it right. They went all the way up, all the way into the palms. So that's a imperial... I believe it's called an imperial palm, or I think that's what it's called. Then you get the fan palms. You can't really decorate one of those because it's got, instead of the long palms, it's got a bunch of fans, like ton of fans, you know, and it makes the whole top side of the tree. And that would be that would be really challenging to decorate all of those. What's this? Okay, that's just a bronze statue. That man may be somebody probably important, or maybe it's an artist sculpture. But looks like he's feeding the pigeons. Okay, there's another carriage ride. More chocolates. It's cold. Everybody's bundled up. I believe these are past photos. I don't think these are any recent. These are probably past festival photos in the past. I could, maybe there's dates on them, but I don't think these are current. Or are they? Let's see. Is there a date on any of these? No. Oh, what's that? That's fun. Oh, I'd like to photograph her with the black background. That would be so freaking cool. Okay. Is that the last photo? Holy moly. They must have used a freaking lift to decorate those. These are all the photos we just went through. Is it? Oh, Spider-Man. See how cool those hot air balloons are? Just imagine being on the ground and seeing this big old Spider-Man face floating. Oh, what's this? This is one of those robots from Star Wars, right? Oh, is he moving? It's a video. Oh my god, he's shooting lasers. It is shooting lasers. Look, there's R2-D2. I would probably leave the house just to see this. Wait, is that AI? Well, he looks like he's floating, doesn't he? Was that a screen or is that a hologram? Can anybody tell? Look, he's floating. Is it a balloon? I don't see anybody else really looking at it. I would be in awe by that. Why does he look like he's floating? See, like doesn't seem. Is that a shadow? I don't know. R2-D2 looked real. No, it's all floating. No, something wrong with that. Probably some kind of hologram. Nobody else is looking at it. What is that? Like a filter? No, that's not real. Okay. That was cool though. What else? So yeah, that's the Glendale Glitters, guys. I believe that's all part of that. So there's another one of those soldier guys. He's got a shadow. Doesn't look real, does he? Maybe he is. I don't know. No, something doesn't look right. There's no. See, he's standing next to those colors of that tree that's decorated, but none of the glow is on his body. He's not reflecting any of the colors from that tree. Yeah, I don't think that's real. I don't know. There's someone being silly in their photos. So there's Betty Boop. Oh my gosh! So tonight I actually came across a video about the real Betty Boop. She was actually this little melanated girl. Where was she from? God. The real Betty Boop. If you guys ever are curious about the story of that, look up the real Betty Boop. It's kind of it's a good learning experience, I guess. About this gal. What was she, like 7, 8? I saw like 9 and 10 in some of the articles when she was performing for a lot of people. And a guy found her performing in I don't know, like on stage somewhere, and he taught her how to dance and how to, basically her choreographer. and she became pretty famous. They took her overseas, and then she had a new kind of manager. Um, and she got too old because it's kind of weird. There's a lot of weird things that happen with that because of her age, and she was performing for men and drinking and boozing and smoking, and they're like, why do these men want to see such a young performer like that? So they actually took her overseas because the parents were fine, so was the manager, because of child neglect, and they were keeping her up past like to 3 in the morning, and it was like child labor law, something like that. They were fined, and she was making, how much was she making? Um, God, like I don't know, like $780 a week or a month or something like that. Like, she was the richest child back in her time, and that's where Betty Boop was born. Um, so that was an interesting thing about Betty Boop. That just reminded me of that video I just watched. Let's see, it goes all the way back to the beginning. I have to scroll all the way down. So yeah, that's what the Glendale Glitters look like. What's the thing with the Star Wars? There's Santa. There's the Grinch. No, that's an elf. Wow, that's a big tall tree. Holy moly. Yeah, so that's the Glendale Glitters. Okay, so I got all that from that one article. No, there was a bunch more. I think I see every day someone saying, does anybody know why there's a helicopter flying overhead? There's always curious neighbors about why helicopter. You live in a city of over 1 million people, guys. You're not used to it by now. So there's really nothing else going on in the next door. Hi, Josie. How you doing? Josie says hi. Henry went to go lay down. Sleep well, Henry. Josie says hello. Yeah, so I was just showing what the area does over. I'm leaving Sunday, guys. I'm leaving the village. I'm going back home to the city, and I just kind of wanted to do a live before I go back home. So I'm just kind of doing one more skim through the neighborhood app here. Yeah, there's nothing else going on. So yeah, that's pretty much wraps up the news in the Phoenix area and surrounding cities. Apparently, they're bringing back the Glendale Glitters. This is what it says here. Also, Jerome is doing something later on tonight. They're doing a tree lighting. I know Prescott also does a tree lighting. Sedona does something similar. I don't know when that is. I'd have to look that up. But they have a big, beautiful area called Tlaquepaque, and it's a whole area. I believe it's kind of like a what is it called? It's like a club. It's like a club with a restaurant, and you can pay for a membership there, and you can park in there for free. I don't know. The last time I was there, I was with a couple of people that had a pass to park in there, and we were able to walk around. We ate in the restaurant, and it was a really nice place. It's kind of all built like a pueblo, and just beautiful. Oh my God! And there's a bunch of art for sale in there. A bunch of paintings, sculptures, metal art, jewelry. Um, handcrafted goods. Just beautiful, beautiful place to go. And they have a big tree over there also. I've seen it once a few years back, and it's definitely a place that would be nice to go and photograph. Just because how they decorate is just beautiful with all the lights. Oh, that's in Sedona. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up the news. Hopefully everybody's gonna is having a good weekend. They had a great Thanksgiving, and that's about it. That's about all I can think. Other than the movies that I mentioned earlier, if anybody started watching Landman, that's a great. If you're looking for any kind of binge watching, go watch Landman with oh, what's his name? Gosh darn, I already forgot. Um, ah, how could I forget? I knew it earlier. Uh, Billy Bob Thornton. So, and actually, Demi Moore is in this too, guys. So, if you like Demi Moore, she's in there. Billy Bob Thornton, and there's let's see who else would people recognize. Sam Elliott. They just introduced him in season 2 with Sam Elliott, and he still has his gorgeous white snow white hair as usual. Like he's always had. So they just introduced him in season 2, and it's getting very good. I can't wait till the next episode. But yeah, if you want to binge watch something, go look at Landman. It's really good. Who else is in there that people might recognize? Andy Garcia. I mean, who else? You're enjoying your coffee, Brandy? Good morning to you. Good to see you. That's what I was going to do. I was going to make me a fresh cup. I could make me one more cup. Yeah, so Demi Moore is in this. Billy Bob Thornton, Sam Elliott, which I didn't even know he was in there until like the end of season 1, and I saw like the clip, a clip like a thumbnail of season 2, and it showed Billy Bob Thornton. I'm sorry, Sam Elliott, and I'm like, what? No way. So I mean, he's up there in age, guys, but his hair is just so beautiful. I mean, you guys, you gotta agree. He's got some good hair. He's got some great hair, and it's Snow White. It's just beautiful. Andy Garcia, all the other actors and actresses in here, I'm not familiar with, honestly. But they're all. It's great acting. The same guy that made Yellowstone is made Landman, and it's about the oil industry. It's really good. They actually talk about kind of stuff because it pertains to what's going on today with energy and oil and all that stuff, petroleum, where that comes from oil. And I think some stuff is well thought out, and there's a lot of research that's shared in here as far as the oil industry. So it's really good. I think it's really good. I also watched Wicked. I talked about that earlier, and I thought, oh gosh, it's a freaking musical. But my second go around watching Wicked turned out to be a very good experience with the movie, and I liked it. And I believe there's going to be a second one. So in the end, you see, it kind of leaves you. It's like a cliffhanger, and You know that there's going to be another one. I mean, that's just my opinion. I don't know if there is or not, but it looks like there will be. I hope there is. You haven't watched Wicked yet? Oh, you watched Landman? You like it, huh? The wife is great. Takes everyone to the shoe show. Oh my God. Are you talking about Billy Bob Thornton's wife? Oh my God. First, I really did not like her. I was like, how funny is it when she calls? Did you laugh? Did you laugh too when she calls? It's the sound of horror, like a horror scene, and it has her face all going. It's all. She's all like like yelling. Oh my God, God, it's funny. Because Billy Bob Thornton, this is his wife, right? She's like the ex-wife from hell, and he's got a special ringtone for her that sounds like a horror scene that's getting ready to something bad's getting ready to happen. It's that sound, and it's her face going like she's yelling. It's funny. Oh my God, it's so funny. It even startles him sometimes when she calls, and she calls him a lot, quite often, and he's just like, "Oh, yes, she is. She is." And just so you know, there's some nudity in there. So for you men, I know you'll love these parts. Okay, um, the story is awesome. The story is really awesome. The guys are just gonna go watch it now to see the nudity. I guarantee it. They're gonna be like, "Oh, they're putting it on right now." They like turned off my show, and they're going to go watch it right now. So, in case you forgot or missed it, it's on Amazon Prime and it's on Paramount Plus. So, if you don't have Paramount Plus, go to Prime, Amazon Prime. But sometimes Paramount Plus offers like a 7-day free trial, and you can totally binge watch that for free for 7 days, and then just cancel, and then go to Amazon Prime, or I don't know, do what you want. Sometimes they do a 7-day free trial thing. Anyways, that's what Landman is playing on that I know of. So it's on so Amazon Prime. It's on YouTube for $1.99. What? Is that the same show? Well, heck, I wouldn't. Is it $1.99 per episode? That's expensive. That would be expensive. There's 2 seasons, so and each episode is like 50 minutes, guys. So just prepare. Get your popcorn. Get your pop, your popcorn, your water, your margarita, whatever you sit down to a movie and watch that Landman. Yeah, I agree. She's at first I was like, God, what's he doing? I was and you're just like, she'll really put that thorn in your side at first, but she'll grow on you. Yes, that's what I got hooked on recently is Landman. It's pretty good, pretty good. I was like, everybody keeps talking about this show. Oh, let's try it out. And sure enough, no wonder it's a darn good show. Oh, Stranger Things is out? Are they still using the same character? Are they still using the same gal that had a short hair? I haven't watched that in forever. I think I watched all of it until it started getting really weird towards the end where they had to go up through the ceiling to get into that place to defeat that darn monster. I think that's the last one I watched. Honestly, I think that's the last one. And then I think it was over after that. What is Stranger Things playing on? Oh, the same characters, really? What's it playing on? Is it on Amazon or is it I need some more coffee. What time is it? Oh, it's 2:25. Okay, looks like I'm gonna be waking up at around 10, 11. I still have some string of lights to hang, and then I have to start packing. I just have to start putting stuff together. It's on Netflix? Oh, okay. And that's the only platform it's playing on. I actually like Stranger Things. That's a good show too. That's a really good show. Yeah, I was like, man, I saw the oil rig in the background of the picture, of the show, and I was like, oh, it's a cowboy movie. I mean, I did like Yellowstone, but boy, the first episode, me and my hubby were like, "This is darn good." I'm like, "Do you want to watch another one?" He goes, "Yeah." So we watched 3 episodes together. He was trying to go to bed after the second one, but as soon as I put the third one on, he came back out from the bedroom and sat down to watch it with me. And it was getting late. Yeah, you think so for now? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll have to look that up. I don't know if we have Netflix, but they let you like restart your subscription. Just not a big deal. But yeah, those that was like here at the village. I've met people here and there, and we all sit around the fire and we start talking about movies and things. And um, two of them, on separate nights, were like, "Have you seen Landman?" I'm like, "No. What's the big deal with Landman?" Well, you gotta go watch it. You have to watch it. All right. Okay. All right. Uh, I mean, it's just as good as like. There's another show, the Tulsa King. Has anybody watched that Tulsa King with Sylvester Stallone? That's actually pretty good too. Pretty darn good. But it's just a good. It's just like Breaking Bad, right? So Breaking Bad, I think, was like the first one that you start watching it and like, what is this all about? This teacher, and then that got really good. And then they came out with way after that, Yellowstone came out, and then that was freaking good. And but I know that the director, I believe, the director that wrote Yellowstone, I think that's how it goes, or the writer of Yellowstone wrote um, Landman. Dark Wind. You didn't think you'd be into it, but heck yeah. Oh, my mouse just disconnected. Oh, are you talking about Tulsa King? I've never seen Dark Wind. Let me look that up real quick. Dark Winds. What's that? Oh. Oh my God. You guys like comedy? I watched a comedy earlier about Native Americans. There were like eight or nine of them. It was a whole show. Down in LA, did a recording in LA of Native Americans, all strictly Native Americans, different, mixed, like mixed, you know, when God, I say, just like Apache and like Navajo and Sioux and a bunch of different tribes, different types of Native American. What they do is they're comedians, right? And they're trying to get everybody to not worry about saying Native American, they did not mention once American Indian, Native American, Indian. You know, all those words they say. You shouldn't be offended by any which way that it's said, and how they try to convey how the importance of laughter. But it was a darn good show. It had me laughing. Like, if I can remember, let me see if I can go in my history, and I'll tell you what it's called. If you like that kind of stuff, this is this is what it was called. Um, where is it at? So it's called Native American Comedy Slam, and the channel is called Laugh Out Loud Flicks by Laugh Out Loud Flicks, Flix, I think. Yeah, Native American Comedy Slam, the original full show. It's about, I believe, 50 minutes long. Oh man, that's funny. That is so funny. Yeah, yeah. If you want, I can share the link in here, so you can find it faster. No, it's an hour and 16 minutes. It's darn good. And they actually introduce each comedian before they come out on stage, and they give a little bit of their life story and their name and stuff. Here it is. Let me share it. So this is the link to that comedy show. Oh my God, it's funny. It is funny because I'd seen it a couple of times. It like came up on my feed, in my YouTube feed, and I was like, "What is that?" And I was like, because it's always so serious, and then I'm just like, ah. But I was like, you know what, I'm gonna watch it, and it was just awesome. It'll have you laughing just because they pull out all the politically correct words, right? And they pull them out and they throw them in your face, and they're like, "Don't be offended by this. Don't be offended by that. And don't be offended by this." And it's just it's very uh, it's very enlightening, I guess. Enlightening. It's very comforting to know that their main message to everyone is just laughter. Laughter is all that matters. Just laughter. Laughter and love is basically what they say that people should have more of. You should if you can't laugh at it, then you should be able to laugh at stuff like that. Stuff that they bring up. So they say don't be offended. You should because laughing at stuff like that means that they bring up the topic racism, and they say if you can't laugh at it, then you'll just give it more power, right? To that effect. Yeah, so that's the link right there, and it's called the Native American Comedy Slam, and it's really good. It's really good. It's funny. I was laughing. I was like, "That's funny." That's but that was pretty good. And that Betty Boop one, if anybody is interested in watching the story about Betty Boop, I mean, she did a lot of research, and then she couldn't find some of the after like she turned 10, I think she just basically disappeared. The real Betty Boop. And then after that, it was an adult woman who played the character of Betty Boop acting like a child, and for some reason, a lot of people loved watching it. So the original Betty Boop was an actual child that performed in front of a bunch of people, and I thought that was interesting. So if that's interests you guys, it's called "The Origins of Betty Boop Are Darker Than You Could Ever Imagine." Her name was Baby Esther. Esther Jones, the Esther Jones story. Baby Esther Jones story. The channel that put it out was called Life Lurker. So, I'll just yeah, it says before Betty Boop became a cultural icon, there was baby Esther Jones. It says a black child performer from Chicago whose act was copied, exploded, and erased. By the time her name surfaced in a courtroom, and that's what it says under the description. But yeah, that was interesting because I grew up. My mom always liked Betty Boop, and I always thought, well, who was Betty Boop? What's the big deal about Betty Boop? And you don't really ever know. As a child, you don't ever think. Well, some children think to research this stuff. They're actually they're ahead of their time. But I never really thought about it. Any of the characters that I grew up watching, and until you get older and you're like, well, where did this come from? Where did that come from? And how did this become, come to be? And what's the history behind that and this and that? You get kind of curious. Holy moly. Oh, you had no idea that was a child? Yeah, that was, so I'll share the link of that also if you want to see that. I thought it was interesting. It's basically a woman talking about the whole story. This is the Betty Boop story. And yeah, it was a little girl that was exploited. She was a performer. And then after she kind of got too old to perform, because for some reason, these men in the bars like to watch this child dance around. When she got too old, she kind of disappeared, and an older lady kind of took on the persona of Betty Boop, and she did her hair in those curls and basically acted like a child and talked like one and sang like one. And she kind of took over the Betty Boop persona. Would you shrink down? Yeah, that's I was like, what? I mean, she shows a lot of she shows newspaper clippings and photographs of the little girl. Would you shrink down already? I have this blown up. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. What else have I seen on here? I watched a bunch of dog videos. Oh, we watched. I was over at a friend's recently. We watched 2 videos with Dwayne Johnson. One of them was, gosh darn it, what was it called? He's actually hired to go and retrieve this guy's son, and he has to go to some jungle to find him. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? That movie? Welcome to the Jungle, is that it? I think that's it. We watched that, and then we watched oh god, another old one with him. The Rundown? No. Welcome to the Jungle, and then another one. Oh my gosh, guys. There's a movie with Demi Moore. Oh my gosh. It's called oh my god. forget about Dwayne Johnson. Uh, this one's crazy. Okay, so there's a new Julia Roberts movie also. Um, Hold on, I'll pull up. Let me pull up this Demi Moore movie. Um, The Substance. Anybody see that? Oh, that's a crazy freaking. That's like a horror. Like a horror. I've never would have imagined Demi Moore making a movie like this. For you men, there's nudity in there if you want to see what Demi Moore looks like. I don't know. You're gonna be like, ah. It's a crazy, weird movie, The Substance. Uh, at first, I was like, okay, this is making sense. But then, towards the middle to the end, the frickin' the writer of this movie goes bonkers. I think he slips a couple squares of acid in his coffee and just keeps writing this movie. Honestly, that's what it feels like when you're watching the ending of this movie. It gets crazy and way out there. It's just crazy. The Substance with Demi Moore. What was the other movie? The Julia Roberts one. Actually, I'm gonna say that. They're After the Hunt. They're putting it out there like it's some great freaking movie, but actually, it's so freaking boring. It just goes on, and we're like, God, when is it going to get to the good stuff? Is there any good stuff in this movie? That's just my opinion, and I know when someone gives kind of like a bad review of a movie, I'm like, I'm going to go watch it anyways. But honestly, you'll never get that 2 hours back of your life. Recently, I had a man who commented on my video who said, can I get that 18 minutes back from a video that I recently made? And honestly, what I did was, instead of like erasing his comment, I went to his channel, and he had a bunch of 1 minute videos of him shooting a gun, and 2 minute videos, and 50 seconds of him shooting all these different guns. So what I did was I went and watched 18 minutes of like 8 different videos on his channel. And each video, I said, here's your 1 minute back. Here's 2 minutes back. Here's your 3 minutes back, all the way to 18 minutes. And yeah, I gave him back his 18 minutes. So that's what I decided to do instead of losing my mind and getting all offended. Yeah, I did give him back his 18 minutes. You're gonna skedaddle? Okay, we'll see you later, Brandy. Thanks for popping in, and hopefully you guys push that like button. So yeah, that Demi Moore, the Julia Roberts movie. I love Julia Roberts, but in this movie, I was like, oh, I saw the previews, and honestly, the previews were better than the whole movie because it shows you all the high points in the movie, and it leaves a suspense. It leaves you in suspense, and you're like, you want to watch it because I thought, oh gosh, she gets involved with these other characters that maybe she locks them in a basement. Honestly, I was thinking she locks them in a basement. Is she torturing them? I was like, okay, Julia Roberts, let's watch this. Oh my gosh. I was like this the whole time. Like, when is it going to get better? It just goes on and on. I mean, it was, the acting was great, but it was just like, I don't know how the title matches the movie at all. After the Hunt, there is no hunt. The Hunt is all like, they're all like posh people, and they're just they're like college professors, and then it's just I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. I honestly, to me, it was like really boring. There wasn't any climax to it. The high climax, nothing. I was like, what the? And I like Julia Roberts. I just didn't like the story. The story was horrible. I thought her acting was great. All the characters in there, their acting was great. It was just a horrible story. It was just. When it was over, me and two of my friends, we just were looking at each other with a dead stare, like, what just happened? What the freaking heck just happened? Honestly, After the Hunt, go watch it if you want to. I'm just trying to save you from what was it, like a 2 hour movie? Was it 2 hours? I don't know, an hour. It just the suspense. How they said it was like suspenseful, but it was more like you were waiting for something exciting to happen, and it just kept dragging on. And then you're like, oh, okay, is it gonna get better? Is something gonna happen? Like nothing happens. It's just weird. So I don't mean to ruin the movie for you, but for me, I just thought I like Julia Roberts. I just didn't like the story. I didn't like the story. Just just weird. It just wasn't exciting. So it says a college professor finds herself at a personal and professional crossroad when a star student levels an accusation against one of her colleagues, threatening to expose a dark secret from her own past. So that's pretty much what it's about. But After the Hunt, I don't. That title does not match that. I don't know how they came up with that. It's just really bland. It's bland. It needs more salt. That's what it needs. It needs some spice. It's so bland. So those are the movies that I've watched recently that I thought, just my opinion. I love Julia Roberts. I just didn't. I just I didn't like that movie really too much. It says in here that only 38% liked this movie. So yeah, those are the movies lately that I've watched, and my opinion. But go out and start watching that Landman. If you have some time, you're gonna end up like doing a marathon and wanting to watch all of it because it's really hard to walk away from that show. Honestly, it's really hard. And so Tulsa King, that's I'm already on, waiting for the next episode from that, which is it's getting pretty very good. And those are the only two that I've been watching lately is the Tulsa King and Landman. I haven't started anything else, but that one Dark Shadows, or what was that called? Shoot, I should have. I'll have to. Darn, I should have wrote it down. Maybe if I go. Oh, The Substance. That one, guys. That one's crazy cuckoo. That one's cuckoo crazy bonkers. If you guys want to go see that with Demi Moore. That's a bonkers movie. In the beginning, you're like, okay, yeah. I can see this. I can see this happening. And then after the middle part and on to the end, it gets bonkers. But it actually had climax and it had, mystery and it had a little suspense and it had the actual drama. It had all of that. It was actually better than the Julia Roberts movie, but bonkers. Where is that? What's that? Dark something. Shoot. I'll have to go back and wait. Let me see. Just let me scroll back. What's it called? Dark Winds. Okay, I have to write that down. Or maybe let me look it up again. Maybe I'll start watching that. Okay, let me pull up this. At least it'll be in my history. That might be good. That looks kind of like a Res movie almost, huh? Ooh. Okay, yeah. Okay. Okay, that's in my history now. All right, I see 3 people in the room. Hopefully, you guys haven't gone to sleep yet. But that's pretty much my latest movie review. What's going on lately in my life? Hopefully, everybody's having a great weekend. Hopefully, everybody has a wonderful rest of your Saturday. But like I said, Saturday today, I'll be getting a few things gathered together. I need to hang the rest of some of this Christmas lights in this site here, and getting ready to leave tomorrow, Sunday. We're leaving Sunday, and I'll be driving home. And the next live, when I go live, I'll be at home, back in the city, and we're gonna do some more art and painting and getting an inventory together, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We'll do some more coffee lounge lives, and we'll do some more cooking, and a bunch of that good stuff going on. So I think that's pretty much wraps it up for the morning, guys. I don't think I'll make another coffee. There's no time. I'm going to actually go to bed. And hopefully, you all have had a wonderful morning. Wishing you all a wonderful morning and the rest of your day. And have a great rest of your weekend. And thanks for watching. Push that like button. I'd appreciate it. It helps my channel grow. It doesn't cost a thing. And if you come back later and you actually make it all the way to the end, leave a comment and let me know what movie you liked. If you've heard of Landman, or if you've heard of any of the movies I mentioned and what you think about them, I'd appreciate a comment. Definitely a like. I'd appreciate a like also. It helps my channel, guys. So I'm trying to grow my channel without all the banana bullshit. So honestly, trying to grow the regular crowd and not just people that aren't there. You know what I mean? So push that like button for me. Leave a comment for me, and I'll see you soon. I'll see you next time. Who knows? I may go live later on today and show you some of the lights, or what's going on later on. You never know. But I'll see you guys later. Have a good night. Thanks for popping in, and push that like button. I'd appreciate it very much. And we'll talk to you all later. We'll see you guys. Bye.